Well, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining me for practice. So, if you're not already in a seat where you feel comfortable, go ahead and come into a seat. You might be sitting cross legged, you might be sitting on a cushion or a chair. So, just come into a seat where you feel comfortable. Begin to let your torso shift a little bit front to back as well as side to side so that you find what feels like the center of your seat. And as you start to land into the center of your seat, let your eyes close. Begin to guide your attention inside your body, checking in with what physical sensation might be present, as well as any thoughts or emotions that are present within your mind and heart. And then invite the breath to deepen a little bit, flowing in and out through the nose as you start to feel the chest, the ribs, the belly expand. And then flowing back up and out through the nose. And just take a few cycles of breath in this way, just beginning to use the breath to anchor yourself into the present. Then we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up. Start to reach up through one hand and up through the other side. Left and right a few times, just gently tugging on the fingers a little bit. All right, let your hands separate, take them behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up across the chest, and then just begin to turn the head from side to side. All right, and then reach the chin up and drop it down. Again, lifting up and dropping down. All right, as you bring your head back up to center, release the hands to come and rest on the floor. Walk the right hand out. As you lean into it, take your left hand to your left shoulder and then start to rotate a couple of times in one direction. And a couple times the opposite way. All right, then sweep the left hand up and over. And as you reach with that left hand, start to squeeze and release the fingers, as well as rotate through the wrist a few times each way. All right, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your left hand down, and then walk it out. We'll do the other side. Right hand comes to the right shoulder, and start to rotate. A few times in one direction. And a few times the opposite way. All right, and then take the right arm up and over. And start to squeeze and release the fingers a few times, as well as rotate through the wrist. All right, with an in-breath, rise up. And with your out-breath, release your hand down. All right, now we'll extend the right leg out to the side. Left leg is still folded in. And then we'll just start to walk the right hand down the right leg. Just come to a point where you feel your first sort of edge of sensation in the back of the right leg. And then start to move the left shoulder back in space. Looking out over the left shoulder, sweep your left arm up and over. All right, take 3 more rounds of breath. All right, as you next inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, take the hands to the floor behind your hips, leaning back. Take a couple of breaths. All right, bring the torso back upright to vertical. Take that same right hand now over to the left knee, and then take your left hand towards the floor behind you. As you inhale, grow tall, and as you exhale, start to twist over toward your left side. Turn the head to look back beyond your left shoulder, and then turn just the head the opposite way to see if you can spot your right big toe. And then just keep turning the head in this way at your own speed, looking back over the left shoulder, looking the opposite way towards the right big toe. Again, just go at your own speed. Turning the head, breathing deeply. All right, now begin to release the rotation, first from your head and neck, and then from your shoulders and the rest of the torso. All right, so we'll switch the legs. So take the left leg out, fold the right leg in, and then start to walk the left hand down the left leg. Just come to your first edge of sensation where you start to really become aware of that stretch in the back of the leg. And then take the right shoulder back in space. As you look out over the right shoulder, sweep the right arm up and over. All right, take 3 deep breaths. All right, as you inhale, begin to lift up. And as you exhale, release the hands toward the floor behind you, leaning back. All right, lift the torso back upright to vertical. Take that same left hand over to the right knee and the right hand towards the floor behind you. As you inhale, grow tall. And as you exhale, twist toward your right side. Turn your head to look back beyond your right shoulder. And then maintain the twist of most of the torso as you now turn just the head back over to look beyond your left big toe. And then keep the head turning in this way, looking back beyond the shoulder, looking over to the left beyond the big toe. A couple more times at your own speed. Keep breathing deeply and noticing all the subtle sensations of movement. All right, now begin to unravel from your head and neck, from your shoulders, and the rest of the torso. All right, so from here we'll come down onto our backs. As you come down onto your back, take a moment to draw the knees in toward the chest. Give them a gentle squeeze. A little rock from side to side. Let your left leg straighten along the floor. Keep hugging the right knee in. Begin to move it a little bit side to side. Start to rotate through your right ankle a couple of times each way. Wiggle and move the toes. All right, and then release the arms to the floor. And then with that right knee, start to draw a circle in space. So starting to feel the rotation in the hip as you draw that circle with your knee. All right, and change directions. All right, now the next time that your right knee comes into your chest, go ahead and catch it, pick your head up, bring your forehead toward your knee, take a breath, and then release the head. Now we'll take this right knee over toward the floor on the left. So you're just fully rolling onto your left hip. So your hips are stacked, one on top of the other. And then take the right arm back over to the right. Now, if that right knee doesn't touch the floor, maybe you put a block underneath it if that's comfortable. But really start to feel as though the right side of the body is just slowly melting. So the right hand, the right knee, melting away from each other. All right, after you release your next breath, keep that same right knee bent, but just bring it back through center. And then let it drop over to the right side, like you're doing a tree pose, but laying on your back. Just give the right leg a few moments to still be heavy, relaxed, and at ease. All right, then bend the left knee and walk the left foot in. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Bring the legs in toward the chest, reaching through for that left leg. Rock a little side to side. All right, now take your hands behind your left knee, let the left leg straighten. Reaching up through the heel, pull the toes down. So you feel the back of the leg elongate from hip to heel. And then point the toes up. Give a little stretch to the top of the foot, the front of the ankle. Again, heel up, toes down. And then once more, point the toes. All right, so as that left foot and ankle relax, straighten the right leg up to join it so you have your right ankle on top of your left ankle. And then interlace your fingers, take your hands behind your head, but rest your head and elbows on the floor. Take a deep breath in as you slowly lower your legs toward the floor. Now you can stop at whatever point you need to stop here in terms of challenge. And then as you exhale, pull your legs back up to where you started. And then we'll do that 2 more times. As you inhale, begin to lower nice and slow. As you exhale, pull the legs back up. And 1 more time, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, release the feet to the floor, step them wide apart, and begin to sway the knees from side to side. All right, so as you release your hands from behind your head, straighten out the right leg this time. Take the left knee into the chest, give it a squeeze. Move it a bit side to side. Start to rotate through the ankle a few times in one direction. A few times the opposite way. All right, then release the arms to the floor. Let your left knee draw a big circle in space. So begin to rotate through the hip. And a few times the opposite way. All right, and then the next time that your left knee comes in toward your chest, go ahead and catch it, pick your head up, bring your forehead toward your knee, take a breath. And then releasing the head to the floor, now take this left knee over toward the floor on the right side. So you're rolling fully onto your right hip, your hips are stacked. And then take your left arm back over to the left. And in this rotation, start to feel as though the left side of your body is just melting. Left knee melting in the opposite direction as the left hand. All right, take one more round of breath. And then with this same left knee still bent, bring it through center and then drop it over to the left side. Again, sort of like a tree pose, but laying on your back. Pause a moment. All right, we'll walk that right foot in. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Guide the legs into the chest, reaching through for your right leg. Rock a little side to side. All right, take the hands behind the right knee so that you can straighten your leg up toward the ceiling. Reach up through the heel, pull the toes down. And then point the toes up. Stretch the top of the foot, the front of the ankle. Again, reach the heel up, pull the toes down. And once more, point the toes. All right, so as that right foot and ankle relax, straighten the left leg up to join. So now the left ankle is on top. And then we'll interlace the fingers, take the hands behind the head and elbows resting on the floor. And then as we inhale, we'll begin to lower the legs toward the floor, just as we did before. Remember, you can stop whenever you need to stop in terms of challenge. And then as you exhale, pull the legs back up. All right, twice more. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale as you lift. And then one more time, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, release the feet to the floor. Again, sway the knees side to side. All right, as you release your hands from behind your head, go ahead and roll to one side, and then bring yourself up back into your seat. As you come back into your seat, Once again, make it comfortable. So you might be cross-legged, you might be sitting in a chair. Do a little seated cat and cow from this position. So with the hands just resting on the thighs or knees, inhale as you take your chest and your belly forward. Lift the head, lift the chin. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the back, bring the chin toward the chest. Again, with each inhale, you're moving into back bend. And with each exhale, you're moving into forward bend. Just go at your own speed. All right, take one more breath. All right, as you bring your torso back upright to neutral, we'll do a breathing practice or two here. So starting with Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. Exhaling out your nose just like you're blowing your nose. So as you do that, the abdominals contract. And then as you release that contraction and breathe in, the breath just flows in without really having to actively inhale. So focus more on the exhale part of the breath. You can go at kind of a moderate pace. You can go slower or faster depending on what feels good in your body. So sitting up nice and tall, take your attention to your belly and let's begin. And so as you release control of the breath, allow the body to come back into a natural, easy pace and volume of breath, unrestricted, as you begin to feel the energy settle back down. So this breathing practice tends to make the head and the face feel kind of like they're buzzing. And so notice if you can sense that within your face and your head. All right, so the second breathing practice we'll do is alternate nostril breathing. So using your right hand, take your peace fingers in toward your palm so that you have your thumb and your ring finger available to block the nostrils. All right, so take that right thumb to your right nostril and block it. Breathe in through the left side. Close off the left, open the right, and exhale. And then inhale right side. Block it, open the left, exhale. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. 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 And now release your right hand. And again, feel the breath flow in and out of the body without restriction. Feeling the body resume any sort of regulation of the speed or the volume of your breath. Elongate the back of the neck by slightly tucking the chin. And just let the body breathe itself. Coming back into awareness of physical sensation within the body, as well as any thoughts or emotions that might be present for you. And just give yourself a few breaths here to simply be present with your present experience. No need yet to move on to the next thing, but just be present exactly where you are, exactly as you are. Now we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart. And as we bow to the light within ourselves, we also bow to the light within each other. Namaste.